Welcome to News and Brews with the Times, where we spill the tea on what's happening in Hall County, Georgia. It's June 16th, 2025. We've got news about a new pickleball court coming to Hall, the trial of a Clermont man accused of a hit and run, and Johnston High School players' goals of playing abroad. Good morning. I'm Stacy Smith.
And I'm Greg Finan, life editor at The Times, filling in for Shannon this week. Also joining us in the studio is reporter Ben Anderson. Ben will talk to us about the UNG student arrested for having a rifle on campus and the story that we'll be publishing this week, giving more background behind his concerning actions leading to his arrest. Welcome, Ben.
Thanks for having me.
So grab your favorite brew and take a sip as we guide you through what's been happening in Hall County. You can also find all these stories online at the link in our show notes.
Coming up tomorrow, Hall County voters are stepping into the spotlight for Georgia's Public Service Commissioner primary election. The polls will be open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
This election is important because these commissioners decide how much you pay for electricity, gas, and phones. Basically, they're the ones who could make or break your power bill.
Oh my gosh. So it's really important. What's at stake? What positions are up for grabs?
Well, there's two commissioner seats up for grabs for District 2 and District 3. District 2, think Gwinnett to Screven counties, and District 3 is the home turf for Fulton, DeKalb, and Clayton counties.
Wait, I don't live in any of those counties.
Well, you still get to vote because all Georgians vote for every commissioner.
I did not know that. That's crazy. Okay, so who's on the ballot?
Well, in District 2, it's Alicia Johnson, the Democrat, Tim Echols, the Republican, and Lee Munns, the Republican. In District 3, it's Fitz Johnson and three Democrats battling it out for the general: Peter Hudbird, Robert Jones, and Keisha Shawn Waits.
Get out and vote.
Our second story is about a Clermont man who was sentenced in a fatal hit and run of a pedestrian in Gainesville.
Okay, I think I remember this one. Was this from this was from a while ago, right?
Yeah, it was from September 25th of 2023.
Okay, so he's just went to trial recently. Tell us a little bit about what happened in court.
So in court, they showed there was a whole bunch of evidence that showed that he was aware that he had hit a person, even though he claimed that he thought he hit a deer.
Oh my gosh.
I think the most powerful statement that was said during court was Judge Brakefield said that if you would have stopped, it would have been an accident. But instead of stopping, he kept going. I think it came out that he had also tampered with evidence by changing his headlight and stuff like this.
Oh my gosh. Wow. He knew that he did something there, but he didn't want to go back and verify for himself. So plausible deniability, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was actually maybe his daughter that had seen the video footage of it and said, "Hey, I think this may be you." And that's kind of when he turned himself in.
What can you tell us about the man that he hit?
I do know that Omer Herman Morris, 37 years old, was who he hit, and that he was rushed to the hospital after being found, had flatlined a few times, and then finally passed away at the hospital shortly after arriving.
Very tragic. I think the judge said it was just senseless, right?
Yeah. And I do know he kind of led a nomadic type lifestyle, according to his family members, who gave some pretty powerful impact statements during the hearing.
Yeah, I bet. Couldn't imagine that happening to a family member. And then just knowing that it could have potentially been avoided. So what happened with the trial? What's going to happen to the Clermont man?
So he was given a 15-year sentence, with the first 8 years being in prison. He'll receive credit for the time served in jail already, and the remainder of his time after his prison sentence will be served on probation.
So you guys may have heard about the new craze, pickleball. I know just the last couple of years, it's just kind of exploded and it's been everyone's favorite hobby. And we may be getting a pickleball complex soon.
Yeah, according to reporting done by reporter Jeff Gill, there was a groundbreaking on June 10th by Around the Pickle LLC, who is building the complex.
Okay, where is it at?
It's at 4272 Thurman Tanner Parkway off H.F. Reed Industrial Parkway and Interstate 985's exit 14.
Ayo, that is right up my alley. I might have to check it out. What's special about this court?
Well, what's special about this is that the facility is actually being built from the ground up, which means that there wasn't any existing infrastructure to build off of. So what that means is that the 12 outdoor courts, the 3 buildings housing the additional 18 indoor courts, will be made from asphalt and other materials, so that it's not a concrete court like most pickleball courts are, because most pickleball courts have been repurposed.
Okay. And I think we actually have a quote from one of the company's spokesperson, Rena Millwood. Here she is talking a little bit about that construction process.
ATP will have premium courts just like the pros play on. Our base will be asphalt instead of concrete, which is more forgiving for the players. Next is texturing is done using a non-aggressive round silica sand to provide a slip-free surface. Finally, we will use 100% acrylic coating, which provides traction, allows for clear line markings, and will be customized with various colors. All of our courts will have permanent net post foundations and nets, which are much nicer than portables.
Now, this facility doesn't come without its pushback. There have been families and people that have said that by making this pickleball complex, they're destroying livable green space for our animal neighbors for a trending sport that only players will use.
That is true. I do think having a complex in the county, though, will open it up to a lot more people to try it out, like myself. I know we've got some people here in the office that play regularly, as well as a private court being at Crestwind, which has kind of earned the sport the reputation of being for older people. But I am looking forward to trying it. And there are some other positive feedback on social media as well. Several people saying that they're excited. So a little bit of mixed reviews, but I think overall it's something new for the county, and I think it'll do well.
I think it'll also excite court reporter Nick Watson, as he is a big pickleball player, and he said he will play anyone at any time.
I might take him up on that if I get a couple of rounds in first.
Our next story is about a Johnson High student that has a chance to pursue his soccer dreams in Europe, and how the community can help him achieve his dream.
Okay, so tell us a little bit more about this kid. How old is he?
Well, his name is Rogelio Guardiola, and he is 14 years old. I believe he's an incoming sophomore at Johnson High.
He's only 14?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I guess he had actually gone to some national tryouts, and he had missed out making the national team in the final round. But he impressed so much that the Villarosa Academy in Europe offered him to come and do their 10-month program starting in September.
Oh my gosh, that's huge. What a great opportunity.
Yeah, the Villarosa Academy is actually one of the elite European soccer academies. So to go there would mean that he's really putting forth a lot of effort towards his future in the sport of soccer.
Yeah, bet that would give him like a huge jump start in his soccer career. But it sounds kind of pricey going to another country to study abroad for 10 months.
Yeah, that's the issue, is that in order to cover his tuition, living expenses, and travel, it's going to cost about $40,000. And that is something that his family just can't afford. So his mom is actually asking the community, after she started a GoFundMe, to help raise that $40,000 goal. Currently, they're sitting at $1,955.
Okay, so they still have some to go. But that, what a worthy cause. Like, I would love to help get that kid into that program, because that'd be really cool.
And if you think about it, it's not just this kid's dream. It's also good for the community, because Gainesville is known for having good soccer teams, and Johnson High in particular, state champions, et cetera.
Exactly, yeah.
It's just big news for Gainesville and Hall County in general.
Well, we wish Rogelio the absolute best, and hopefully he can get the funds needed. In other exciting news, Inc., the interactive neighborhood for kids, will be reopening in downtown Oakwood soon.
What exactly is Inc.?
So Inc. is a hands-on museum that features interactive exhibits geared towards children ages 2 through 12. So their exhibits range from like aircrafts to being in a medical clinic, being a dentist, office, bank, grocery store, those kinds of like adult things that kids don't really get experience until they're adults.
I'm sure that would be perfect. My daughter is almost 3 years old, and there's nothing she loves more than playing with her cash register at home. So
that is a fan favorite, playing with money, checking people out. Definitely. I mean, they make toys that way, but this is meant to be more realistic and give them the real feel for it. It's really a loved business in the community, and I think people are excited to have a new space.
So if I'm correct, the Gainesville location is currently closed. So
yes.
what will that mean for people that have memberships to Inc.?
So while they're closed, while they're transitioning over to the new space, your subscription will just be extended for that amount of time. So you're not going to lose out on any membership or usage. Once they reopen, they'll just add that time onto your membership.
Oh, well, that's really nice.
Yeah, definitely. And so they have admission fees, daily admission fees structure, or annual membership. So if you want to check it out just one time or sign up for an annual membership, it's a really cool thing for your kids.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to take my daughter when they open the new facility in Oakwood. And now we would like to introduce reporter Ben Anderson, who has a pretty interesting story out of UNG about a gentleman who was arrested after carrying a rifle case and making some threats at the UNG library. Ben, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
Excellent.
Doing well. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Tell us a little bit more about what you're reporting on currently about this case.
Okay, so in April, this 26-year-old student is arrested. Witnesses told police that they saw him carrying a rifle case. He allegedly made some threatening statements to library staff. This is at the Dahlonega campus. But university administration didn't release that many details about it. They sort of released a series of statements with a little more detail in each one. But we got the police report and found out some of these details. But it's still not clear, or it wasn't clear, sort of why he brought this rifle case on campus. It's still not clear what he might have said to the library staff, but based on some new records we've obtained, we think we have a better idea of what exactly happened that day.
So you have some more insight on maybe his motivations, and that's what you've been digging into. How long has it taken you to get that information?
Well, we first reported on this in mid-April, and we've been kind of working on this story on and off since then. So, since about mid-April. But we've, like I said, recently gotten, I wouldn't call it a trove, but we've gotten a collection of police documents, body cam footage, police reports, that kind of thing.
Is he still a current student since all of this happened, or?
The university said he graduated in May, and according to
this year?
Of this year, yes.
Oh, wow.
And so this would have been about a month after the incident at the library. According to his LinkedIn, he was a cybersecurity major.
Interesting.
And a cadet.
How transparent or how forthcoming has the university been with this information?
The short answer is not very. At first, they said, look, someone was arrested at the library. He was charged. They didn't even say he. They just referred to this person as an individual. Charged with weapons violations, criminal trespassing, and making threats. But don't worry, everything's taken care of and the campus is safe. There's no ongoing threat.
Which obviously concerned parents and students, and they wanted to know what happened, right?
Yeah, and this seemed to lead to kind of a backlash, and the university put out another statement, but it still didn't have that many details about what happened. They claimed that they couldn't release these details due to FERPA, federal education privacy laws. It's not clear that any of the details about the incident would have been exempt under this law. As far as I know, it applies primarily to educational records.
And that being said, though, when you did start looking into these incidents, they were pretty forthcoming with giving you the actual reports on or documentation of those incidents?
The campus police was, yes. They've been helpful and given us all the documentation that we've requested thus far.
Were you able to establish that there was concerning behavior before the incident that led to his arrest?
Yeah, so like I said, we got police reports and body cam footage. The first police report dates back to October 2024. But in fact, just the day before this incident at the library, according to one police report we got, he ran up to not a student, but there was a backpack and a mandolin case on the ground, and he ran up and snatched this while a student was sitting next to it. The student apparently chased him down, got his stuff back. But if you want to find out sort of why he snatched that stuff and then what motivated the incident at the library, I think you're just going to have to go to GainesvilleTimes.com and give us your hard-earned money and subscribe.
Perfect. And when do we think that story is going to be ready for readers?
Probably sometime this week.
All right. Sounds good. We'll look forward to that. Thank you so much, Ben.
Thank you, Ben.
Thanks, guys.
You can learn more about any of the stories we've talked about today at the link in our show notes. And if you have a news tip or question, you can email us at podcastadmin@GainesvilleTimes.com. Be sure to share this episode with a friend and join us again next week.